Okay, first reactions, everyone.
Why is it so freakishly tall?
It is tall.
I think that barn's gonna make my truck look small. Never been to an Amish barn raising before, but I gotta be honest, skid steer is not what I expected. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another week here at Crossthread Garage and Salvage. I'm Steve. This is my daughter, Caitlin, and this week is a little bit different than most weeks, and I say that all the time because, well, we're not always doing the same thing here. Even though it feels like we're always working on the 41 Ford Power Stroke, unless, of course, you've been watching for a while and you're one of those guys who's been complaining about the fact that we're not working on the 41 Ford Power Stroke build enough. As you can see, we've got a dually conversion kit laid out for us. That's happening in a future video. This video, it's all about Caitlin getting a new shop. So stay tuned all the way to the end because there's a pretty big surprise that takes place during this video, and Caitlin's reaction at the end is, well...
Don't skip to the end. You have to watch the whole thing.
Enjoy, guys. This is the first of a series of episodes on a new shop build and outfit here at Crossthread Garage and Salvage. The crew's here with the skid loader and the framing crews here. They're laying out the shop. Let's see how they're squaring all this up here. So they run that out there so that they can run 30 feet off of that, 40 feet off of that, and set this one here. There's their corner post right over top of the stake hole that I had. Let me tell you, they are running. These guys aren't messing around. So I'm gonna try and stay out of their way here this morning. And looks like, from what I've been told, they'll be out of here in 2 days. It's Friday though. They were supposed to start yesterday, but some weather held them up. So we'll see. I don't know if they're coming back tomorrow or Monday, but we will. Well, we'll all find out together. I don't know if you guys can smell how stout that guy is, but that's more lumber than I would carry. Those are 12-foot pieces of lumber, and I think he was just carrying 8 of them. I guess they raise them different down in Holmes County. It's pretty impressive to watch because it's obviously this crew works together all the time because nobody's talking. Everybody's just doing. All their channeling track for the siding laid out here already. That's crazy. So every hole gets a cement block, huh?
Yep. Yeah, big.
Around the clay here. That's what our posts are going to sit on. Posts are going to sit right on top of those cement pads. And the posts are treated, but they've also got this, it's called green post wrap, which is like the same stuff that they line landfills with. Supposed to last like 150 years. So this stuff will be in the ground, and got a lifetime warranty on the posts. Like I said, they're supposed to be like 150-year plastic liner. So, which, you know, makes me wonder, what's the plan for the 160th year on those landfills that they're creating with that stuff? I kind of feel like that's permanent. I wouldn't want to be the guy that had to go dig it up. They've now been here approximately 45 minutes. setting up posts. Apparently this is the color of me impressed. What a name. Never been to an Amish barn raising before, but I gotta be honest, skid steer is not what I expected. I'm just playing. We live close enough to Amish country here. We're within spitting distance of Holmes County, which is the biggest Amish community in the state. And one of my good friends back in Colorado that owned our local sale barn was an Amishman. I'm familiar enough to know that this is exactly what I expected. These guys are working so fast, I'm over here talking about the posts going up, not even realizing that they're squaring the first one up. What a muddy mess today. We're going to be repeating that process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more times. So I'll probably spare you that. You know, I knew it was going to be taller than even I was picturing in my head when I'm just going, okay, I'm standing here. How high up at those trees am I going to be looking when I look at the gabled end of that roof? It's higher than I thought. I mean, you look at 16 feet on the ground and you're like, oh, okay, 16 feet, got it. 16 feet in the air. That's a long old ways. I fell out of a tree when I was in 3rd grade, 18 feet. I was unconscious for 3 hours and broke my wrist. Probably where some of my back and neck trouble started, but that's way up there. Way up there. They've now been here an hour and a half. It's cold this morning and rainy, although it stopped raining for a minute. Guy over here on his cell phone was checking grade, and I asked him how I did. He said I was about 1 inch off, so I suggested he just moved the rock that he had his tape measure dropped on, and it'd be fine. But I guess we're okay within 1 inch margin. I don't think everything in the old garage is going to come over to the new garage. My friend Marty, who you've seen his garage, friend Marty asked me yesterday, he says, now, are you going to keep this a kind of a Marty garage, or is this going to be a Steve garage? And I was actually a little offended that I understood what he meant. Anyhow, we'll see how much of our mess we can move over here before we're done, and what this is going to look like. But I'm getting pretty excited about just being able to see the framework going up here and kind of the footprint of the building for the very first time. Even just getting posts up gives you some perspective of the interior depth of the building, and this is the reason that they say when you build bigger than you think you need, because this really should be a 30 by 60 building. We should be building out to here, but cost is prohibitive, and we're not building this because we're making so much money on YouTube. We got to figure out what to do with it before the end of the year. We're building this because we've got my in-laws moving into the old shop. We're going to turn that into living space and build a kind of a doghouse run. No, that's not right. What do they call the old cabins? Dog track? Can't remember. I'll find it and put it on the bottom of the screen. Anyways, there's going to be a little run between the garage that's currently detached from the house and the house for living space for my in-laws to move in. And so since they're getting the shop, we had to replace it and didn't feel right sizing up from what we had at the expense of my in-laws who are selling their house to move in here. So it's happening pretty quick. These guys have been on site for 2 hours. I'm probably going to keep giving you that update throughout the day because this is just... I built that 16 by 24 addition on the garage the first week that we moved in. It took me 4 days by myself. I think one of these guys could have had it done in a few hours. Glenn's here. Came over to investigate. Heard the air nailers going off. He and I were just commenting on how unbelievable the pace is that these guys are working at. I've got a meeting for work here at about 10 o'clock, which just in a few minutes, I think. I'm kind of afraid I'm going to miss putting the trusses up. I don't know. I'd have to check with them and see. So I want to get some drone footage of that while they're doing it. So. Another hour. Well, meeting's over. I did get some drone footage though. I also broke my drone. Now know why they left that pole out, which was so they could get the skid loader through there with the trusses. Throwing some purlins up now. I gotta be honest with you, I really wish I hadn't broken my drone. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Broke the arm right off. I flew out, backed out across there, and I thought I was sure high enough, but I actually hit one of those trees with the leaves on it that are standing above the evergreens. And sent it to the ground. It is what it is, I suppose. It's pretty nice not to have to take any ladders with you, huh?
Yeah.
Just build your own ladders everywhere you go. Well, I was inside eating lunch. I looked out, and these guys are taking a break. I had to threaten to call their boss to get them to go back to work. That's not true. They've been here 4.5 hours. They did just get done with lunch, and they're already putting wrap on the backside here. We've got soffit installed all the way around. I think I'm gonna set up a separate time lapse over here on this side, on the back side of the shop here for us. I've got one going on top of the garage, but I think it'd be an interesting perspective to see this side of the shop develop here. So. Can confirm they do not intend to come back, at least not this crew. So this thing's going to have roof and siding on it before the end of the day. I seriously still can't believe how fast they are. I'm just thanking the Lord for this being started and done-ish. Guys, that was a 10-minute time lapse. I was time lapsing them wrapping the barn, and they put all the tin on the front. Oh, well. Look, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know this. I'm a guy who appreciates a good work ethic. Trying hard to instill that in my girls. I'm gonna go back and edit this video later and have to count all the times that I said, I can't believe how quickly this is happening. Glenn left for lunch an hour ago. He's gonna come back and they're gonna be putting the last bit of trim siding on. Glenn's my neighbor. Not sure he's been in the episode yet, but he's been sitting over here watching from the edge of his cornfield. Amazing. Finally getting a little perspective on the feeling here. It does feel bigger than the old shop because the ceiling is higher, but it's actually the same footprint as the old shop. It's just everything's oriented different. That would be our door for that shop door. Be here, pull in this way. Now we got three bays we can be running in. Like I said, we've got plans for a lift. So I think we'll have a 4-post storage lift we can drive a car under. So it'll probably be the Fairlane up in the air, my truck underneath that. This will be our working fabrication bay over here, and then this will be another storage area here. Well, it looks like they got tin going on the back wall. I'm not seeing any sunlight coming through that house wrap anymore. Yeah, they do. Well, I just got done with work for the day. I've been in and out all day out here just for a couple minutes at a time. I've been working all day, but we're done. Ish. Got some corner trim going on here. Is that the caviar black we ordered?
That's black. Oh, there's a difference.
It's black and white, right? Oh, they installed the door too. Man, I'm gonna have to figure out what they want me to do inside here. So I did all the excavation and site prep to save money. This was like 10 grand was what they were gonna charge for site prep. So we're gonna have, I know we gotta get some gravel in, some number 57 gravel. But we'll have to see what they need done here before we can get concrete in. But I think we're have electrician and concrete next week, and then once the concrete's cured, dry, we'll have insulation and tin siding inside going up. This is all going to be covered in tin. Ceiling's going to be insulated with tin and the sides, and then of course 3 insulated garage doors. So what do we need to do for the floor here, or do I need to talk to Aaron?
Yeah, there's, I mean, maybe a little bit of gravel, but barely anything. They got they'll bring a skid steer along so they can grade everything.
All right, so I don't need to worry about getting any of this prepped. Just get the gravel on site.
Yep.
Well, that's one shop built. 1 day build. As promised in the thumbnail. 7:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. Cleaning up all the trash and garbage, loading trailers, and guys, that's the new home of Crossthread Garage and Salvage and the Crossthread Way. If you're not subscribed to both channels, now's your opportunity to do that. The Crossthread Way, of course, is my new channel offering weekly dad advice. Oh, check it out. If it's helpful to you, make sure you share it. So this is just episode 1 of a series on the shop build and then move in. So if you like what you're seeing here, guys, I know I've been kind of by myself with the builders today. The girls will be home here in a little bit and I'll get their reaction on the shop. But if you're new to the channel, it's a dad and daughter garage channel. We're building all kinds of cool stuff. Caitlin's got a 41 Ford Power Stroke that we're building right now. It's a 7.3 Power Stroke. And you're not going to want to miss out on the rest of the channel activity. So if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe and check back in for the finish out on the shop and all the antics over in the, well, not over in the garage. It'll be in this one, this new garage. That's where we'll be working. And we'll see you there.
My flowers are gasted.
Do you think that this building is going to make your truck look small?
Yeah.
Okay. First reactions, everyone?
Why is it so freakishly tall? It is tall.
I mean, we have more space going up than we do like on the ground.
Yeah, like it is tall.
It's significantly taller than that shop.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have to grade in here when we get the gravel in, but so far the cats are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're on a little adventure. Like,
It feels big, doesn't it?
it's not that
It's the same size
as the other one.
as the other one. Do you know what though? Before they put the siding on, that's exactly how they got up and down and all over this building. They just built their own ladder. Yeah, it's crazy. All the trim is nice and tight, clean. They didn't mess anything up before they put it up.
Never put the loft up.
Well, Gracie's very interested in having a loft space. So Grace, the loft, we're gonna run a board right across here that we can hang a loft on, and then there'll be posts probably out here, like 8 feet.
What are we gonna put up there?
Storage.
You said here to here.
What do you want to put up there? Like a bunkhouse or something?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We could take a zip line. We could take a zip line. Is that gonna be your new bedroom?
Ooh, a zip line.
That's true. We could actually take the zip line up there and connect it to that.
We could have a temporary zip line, where we just throw the door open and we run it out to that tree over there, and you just zing. Well, temporary, so you could disconnect it, roll it up, and store it, and then for like parties and stuff, you just throw the door open, right?
Right.
Yeah. See, simple solution. If you guys are in Ohio or the northern West Virginia Panhandle, western PA area, that's where these guys work. They will build you a shop. Call Aaron. His number's on the screen here. Give them a ring. Go to J&M Carpentry.com and let them know what you need. These guys will make it happen. I had 3 friends who had shops built in the last 2 years. All 3 of them used this company, and I now see why all 3 of them highly recommended this company. So take advantage of it. If you're in the area, call Aaron at J&M. Unbelievable.